can see, we have been using stabilized gimbal for the longest time to make our videos in this channel. We started with the original DJI Ronin SC, then we moved on to the Ronin RS3 Mini, and now we are using the Cinepeer Weebil 3E. This episode is what we think of the Cinepeer Weebil 3E, a full review. Good point number one, the Weebil 3E is robustly built. Seriously well built. As you can see, the quality of the plastic of the body and all this stuff is really solid. Good point number two, the price. Take a look at this. It's just $249 US, and I would say for that price, it's one of the best series of stabilization gimbal that you can get for this price. Well, it's not stated in the Weebil official documentation, but this thing is 1 kilogram without a camera on it. And it can carry a payload up to 3 kilograms as we tested here with a Sony Alpha 7 and a 24-70 lens. In this case, we have a Cine lens here, and that is pretty much a very heavy payload it can carry here. So much that I cannot carry it with one hand, and it's still stabilized. The next good point, I really love this. You see, the horizontal to vertical base plate orientation is really fantastic to work with. There is a little ledge right here that I can unlock, and I can slide this all the way out, and there's a button I can press right here that will completely remove the camera. And now with the base plate, I actually have this, and I can just slide this in. And then don't forget that the vertical orientation lock now is here, so you got to lock this way. So Yizhong that uses our gimbals a lot find this setup more effective when you want to go from horizontal to vertical compared to the Ronin. So I remember that when the Weebil came out from the box, it took us a full 2 hours to fully charge it from empty to full, and then it's claimed that you can use this for 16 hours. So during our shoot, we found out that it will consume half the power when we're using it for 4 hours continuously, but not forgetting that we were also using this USB port that we have right here to supplementally charge our camera at the same time. Well, in all honesty, I would say that we haven't completely drained the whole battery out and wouldn't know how many hours that would take, but I would safely bet that it can at least last 10 hours. But what if you run out of battery? Why worry? Because there's one thing that you can definitely do. Get yourself a power bank like this, our favorite one, and then connect a USB cable to this and connect it to this port, and you can charge it while using it. And speaking of which, don't forget to watch this upcoming episode where we do a full review of our favorite power bank, the Chuktek power bank. This one is the 25,000 mAh series. And this has to be one of my favorite add-on that you can add on to the Weebil 3E. It's called the Sling adapter, and that's one of the things that I may want to add on to my Weebil 3E here. Next good point, the new menu layout of the Weebil 3E is much better compared to the previous version. I still remember the previous version, we had a tough time looking for where things are, but this one is a better layout and more intuitive. I just love this animation here. And stabilized. All right, I know you may think this is probably not a very relevant good point, but for the longest time, I kind of get sick with gimbal that's only available black in color. This is refreshing. I get a gray-white gimbal. That's really standing out in the crowd. Next good point, the Weebil 3E comes with a highly customizable scroll wheel here that you can customize to be controlling your aperture, shutter, or ISO, whatever that you wish. And bad point number one of the Weebil 3E, talking about the scroll wheel. I just find that the scroll wheel should be up here, and this button right here should be down here, so that I don't accidentally turn this when I want to go up. And it's a little bit lag in tactile. Now, this product doesn't have that much of bad point, to be honest. I mean, it's a functional and really reliable gimbal. But if there's one bad point that I want to add in before this whole review is over, is that it doesn't come with a quick release plate. Just give you an idea. This is not the Weebil 3S. This is an example of a quick release plate. This allows me to easily remove this base plate with the camera without messing with the stabilization of this whole gimbal setup. So the final verdict with all these good points and those bad points, what do I think of the Weebil 3E? Well, if this is your first gimbal, I would vote this as a 5-star product. If this is the first time I got my hands on a stabilization gimbal, I would say this is a great product for the price. But then if I've used a lot of gimbals, I would say probably I would give this a 4.5, pretty decent. So well done, Cinepeer Weebil 3E. You have a great gimbal here. So viewers, if you want to get yourself the Cinepeer Weebil 3E, head on to the description section and check out the link to get yourself this product. And brands, if you have new products that you're launching or you think that product needs to be reviewed so that everybody around the world can actually watch it and have a fair good point, bad point review, write to us. This is our email. And remember, the interesting part is we don't charge for product reviews. So viewers, if you want to hit... Okay, so now I have to... Oh, it's not...